Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. Post-game, the day after Juventus victory over Lazio, and what a victory, what a great game. It was a long time ago that we didn't feel these kinds of emotion, because not only we won, but also we convinced, we entertained. In today's video, you know it, the day after, the post-game, are my favorites video, because we can speak about the field, we can speak about the things that we did well, what we have to improve, we can speak about the team in general, the coach, but also the individuals. How were they performing yesterday? So I speak about football and I love it. Even, unfortunately, when we are doing bad. Today we can speak about beautiful things, not only, and I will do an exception in today's video, not only on the field, but also what happened out of the field. No, I'm not speaking about the off-the-field drama, chaos, but I will speak about the beautiful things around the stadium. And why am I speaking about that? Because yesterday, when Juventus posted the final result, full-time picture, we saw Juventus 3, Lazio 1, but we also saw that they have chosen a picture that is actually convincing even more about the message, the statement that they wanted to share with the Juventini. Stronger together. Easily, we could have put Dusan Vlahovic with a fantastic performance with 2 great goals on that picture. Could have chosen for Federico Chiesa, 3 goals in 4 games. Could have chosen for American boy Weston McKennie, 100 appearance with Juventus. We will speak about him later. But also about the involvement in the 3 goals of yesterday. No, we have chosen for a picture where we see the players of Juventus with the tifosi, the core, the heart of the Allianz Stadium. Yesterday, they were celebrating with La Curva, with the Ultra. What a fantastic passion. Passion that started already 2 hours before the game. Romeo Agresti yesterday filmed that video before entering the stadium to do his job. And by the way, this evening on his channel we'll speak about everything regarding Juve, about yesterday, from the start until the end, fino alla fine. We'll speak about it live, so don't forget, put the notification ring on, also on his channel, 11 p.m. Italian time. But the supporters started before the game, and they continue also inside. Juventus wanted to be involved. They wanted to be part of that fantastic show in terms of atmosphere, because they have decided to activate a beautiful thing, giving all the supporters that were yesterday in the stadium black and white t-shirts with the message stronger together. Because yes, we saw the ultra, yes, we saw the casual, normal fans that were going to the stadium with a message, but we also saw the players that understood it, and they all posted it after the game, how important that support was from the tifosi. We saw it also yesterday, the happiness of Dusan Vlahovic and Federico Chiesa hugging each other, because you know it, we are all stronger together. And the chants in the stadium were fantastic, were beautiful. It was beautiful to feel that unity inside our home, not only away from home like it happened, for example, in Empoli last time. No, it happened also in our home. We are far yet from La Bolgia, the craziness that we experienced in the inauguration of the stadium, in the Conte era, but also the beginning of the Max Allegri era. Far away. At the moment we know it, the drums, the huge flags and so on are still disallowed and banned to enter the stadium, but not the fans. Fans can enter, fans can chant at the moment. So let's see if we will be able to continue to support the team and the individuals. Team has been supported, but also, as I told you, Max Allegri with an individual chant for Max Allegri that received the full support of the Curva from the Ultra, but also Fagioli. Fagioli uno di noi, Fagioli one of us. Even if yesterday his performance was not extraordinary, he has been pushed by the stadium to do better, and let him feel the sense of belonging. He's one of us. Why? Because they were referring to a few weeks ago when Fagioli posted on social media the Curva and the fantastic support that they were able to transmit to the team away from home, with a wish that we could do it also at home. My wish is that we can show that unity for the team that really needs it. That was the message from all the players yesterday. We needed it. We needed your support. So if we can stop agendas, if we can stop wars, which doesn't mean giving our honest opinion, but if we can show a bit of unity, that would be fantastic. And not only in a one shot, but for the entire season. Because look at how happy our guys were, after the game, going and greeting and jumping towards La Curva Sud, but also all the other players. Before speaking about the details of the game, I don't know if you watched it or not, but that was just fantastic. It was the Dragon Ball Z fusion celebration between Federico Gatti and Dusan Vlahovic. Beautiful, especially for me, you know it. A big, huge fan of Dragon Ball Z, Sangoku, and so on and so on. When you see that celebration, well, it brings me back to one of my other passions, anime, and so on and so on. The only thing for big, huge Dragon Ball fans, they know that if they are looking a bit closer, well, that fusion was not 100% perfect. And for the people that really know the anime Dragon Ball Z, when a fusion fails, Mamma mia, can bring together some disaster. Yesterday it was absolutely not a disaster, so let them train even more to reach perfection. If the anti-Juve world is speaking about that ball, was it inside, was it all offside, from Weston McKennie before the first goal, if the entire world is speaking about it, well, except of Lazio, because they decided to go in silenzio stampa, means not speaking in front of microphone. Because of that, ragazzi, look at the image, it was clearly onside. You remember Spain against Japan? We all remember it. And we all understood that if you're looking from one perspective and another perspective, the ball is clearly onside. VAR checked it without showing a lot of replay, but checked it, it was onside. So instead of speaking about that, of controversy, I want to speak about football, about our boys, individual, but also in terms of tactics. Big Dusan, grande Dusan, giant Dusan on Tuttosport, with Dusan that is really screaming the passion, a bit like I did yesterday. And then a fantastic message, a message that I appreciated so much. You can't imagine how much I appreciated the message on Instagram from Dusan Vlahovic. Dusan Vlahovic said in English, "We've got pending bills." If this is the spirit that is filtering, feeling in the locker rooms, ragazzi, it goes in total contradiction with what we are saying publicly, taking away some pressure. We want top 4. We want to enter top 4, which is the minimal objective of Juventus, and will not be easy looking at all the other teams. Even if Napoli yesterday, disaster, I made a video about it. Yesterday Milan, even more a disaster. I said it yesterday, even the Titanic sank with more honors what Milan did yesterday. So ragazzi, it will be difficult, but if the feeling is that we have pending bills, the journey is not done, it's never done, and that we have to think bigger, ragazzi, that's a fantastic message from Dusan. Attenti, attenzione, pay attention, abbiamo fame, we are hungry, abbiamo fame, we are hungry. And it's not saying io ho fame, I am hungry, abbiamo fame. That is again a message of stronger together. That's a really beautiful one. Not only the way, the grinta, the behavior of the players, but also the way of playing. You know, Dusan Vlahovic yesterday offered a fantastic performance. The goal that is coming is actually coming from his second touch. The first touch was the kickoff, and then he's going. The difference with Dusan Vlahovic 2023 is totally different. It's another Dusan Vlahovic. A Dusan Vlahovic that put all that pubalgia story, the physical problem, behind his back. A Dusan Vlahovic that mentally is confident. He lost trust. A lot of people lost trust in him, and the first one that lost trust in Dusan Vlahovic is probably Dusan Vlahovic himself. He came, and we see it also in Gazzetta dello Sport, more naughty than ever, more happy than ever. It's the first player in Juve history that was able to score 4 goals in 4 games in 2 seasons in a row. Fantastic, Dusan Vlahovic. La Furia Juve. Furia, the furry Juve. Fantastic use. But not only him. Corriere dello Sport. La Juve in coppia. Partnership. Juve. And who do we see on the front page? Dusan Vlahovic, Federico Chiesa, that yesterday celebrated both together with another epic celebration. If we go to the performance of Federico yesterday was great, was fantastic. And it's not a mystery that at a certain moment after the game, Allegri said, according to me, this is the best Chiesa that we ever saw at Juventus. Not only his performance, but how he started the season. Do you agree with Max Allegri, that of course is defending his choice, his vision, his genius to put Federico Chiesa on a striker position as a second striker in that 3-5-2, where all of us, a lot of us, were doubting in the beginning of the season that that could have been his position. From the two strikers that again scored yesterday, we go to another one that nobody, including myself, was believing it in the summer. We are speaking about Weston McKennie. Yesterday, 100 appearances with Juventus in black and white. A player that yesterday did a fantastic job. Not only he was involved in the 3 goals, but did a fantastic work up and down on that wing. Mamma mia, what a performance. Mamma mia, what a performance. He was super smart. People yesterday in the chat were describing Weston McKennie as a smart player. And you see that it's even more important when you see the tactical heat map of Federico Gatti that loves to go up with Weston McKennie paying attention behind him. Do you remember that I told you that Wea at the moment would have been maybe more a problem seeing him next to Gatti because of the fact that he's not able yet to understand how to do the double face well. If Weston McKennie is continuing to deliver these kind of performances, being smart but also contributing offensively, we found maybe the real role of Weston that can bring a lot to the Juventus that needs a player like that. Another player that I was extremely happy about is Manu Locatelli, a player that I always defended against everyone, even when he was really doing bad, and we said it on the channel, but it's a player that I defended and yesterday delivered a 5-star performance, but extremely 5-star. He was everywhere, not only defensively, but also helped to build. You remember? That's what I told you. He was a bit less altruist, thinking only about supporting the team and sacrificing himself, but he was also thinking about his moment of glory. And yesterday a lot of people appreciated not only the fact that he touched most balls yesterday with 65, still far from a Luis Alberto, for example, that reached 100 balls touched, but 65 balls touched for him with an accuracy of 80%, but also the papers that were rating him super high, a 7 out of 10 from Gazzetta dello Sport. For them, man of the match was Vlahovic, but also from Tuttosport with an even better rating, 7.5. The titles for Locatelli are in Gazzetta: Locatelli è uno spettacolo, Locatelli is a show. Tuttosport is going towards Chiesa and McKennie show. Locatelli is bringing shadow over Cataldi. I told you, individual great performances. What about Max Allegri? Well, Max Allegri was rated 7.5 on Gazzetta dello Sport yesterday. Max Allegri, even with unpopular opinion according to some tifosi, to start Miretti, 50 appearances with Juve, but also starting McKennie on the right side, putting Cambiaso and Wea on the bench, he found out again how to block Maurizio Sarri. I told you, the start of the season is the best since the 2.0 Max Allegri. If the first season when he came back, he had 2 points out of 4 games, which was a total disaster. If the second season he had 8 on 12, which was better but not yet at the level of Juve, well, he's reaching 10 on 12, 3 victories and 1 draw, and it's a pity for that draw of Bologna that we could have potentially win. And being at the moment at 12 on 12, next to Inter that yesterday trashed again Milan with a 5-1 victory. Better season, better start of the season, yes. What we were asking to Max was to go full power, to start immediately, to put some pressure, not having a debacle, a really bad start of the season that could have put us in difficulty later. Well, at the moment, he is fulfilling his mission. He's also right when he's putting McKennie on the right side. He's also right when he's putting Chiesa as a second striker. A lot of things that he's doing well at the moment. Of course, we are in the beginning of the season and we will have to measure it in time. But what is he asking? Juve, vai avanti così. Juve, you have to continue like that with more anger and more runs. That's what he's asking since the summer. Running. A more aggressive Juve. Do we see it translated on the field? Well, look at the first 20 minutes of Juventus. With a Juventus that was not entirely in the second half of the field, in the opposition half, but you see that Lazio was not able, because of the pressing, because of the aggressivity of the Bianconeri, to go up after 20 minutes and scoring that first goal. You see it in the momentum, the attacking momentum of the game. Juventus that didn't leave Lazio think in the first 20 minutes. We scored a goal. When we gave them the possession, we were even able to score the second one. Same music in the second half, where Juventus is coming back from the locker rooms and decide for 5-10 minutes to start the dance, to say, oh ragazzi, we gave you the ball in the first half, you were not able to do something because we were a fantastic wall. Well, but we are still here. Don't forget that we are still here. After a really idiot personal mistake, Cambiaso in the defense, giving them a fantastic gift so that they came back to score. Well, that's what I probably appreciated the most yesterday. The reaction when we conceded a goal. Do you remember how many times we said when Juventus is conceding a goal, we are not able to win. We are in difficulty to win. We have some problems. And it happened again against Bologna. It happened every single time last season. This time, when we could concede it and we were starting to be scared, because we all remember the ghost of 22-23, Juventus, they needed 3 minutes to come back with a fantastic play. Locatelli to McKennie. McKennie immediately, that fantastic cross. Bisou, bisou. Kiss, kiss to Dusan Vlahovic, control with the chest, small dribble and goal. That was just epic. And I loved that reaction of Juve that from that moment on was equally playing with Lazio on the 3-1. That we started in the first half playing more on the left, but also having the ability to change when we needed. Tactical changes that probably are not always easy to identify, but you see that at a certain moment Juventus is taking all that width from the left to the right side, and with the changes putting also a lot of pressure to Lazio, telling them pay attention because we have an extra weapon on the bench, that is Timo Weah, and when he's entering we are starting to use also more that right side of the field with 37% at the end of the game. Again, I told you in terms of defense with a Weston McKennie, what is able to bring us is a Danilo, really concentrated on the defensive phase there on the left, with the Gatti, thanks to Danilo's position, that was able not only to stay behind but also to going up. So I tell you, yesterday for the second time we played with the same lineups except of the goalkeeper, and it's paying off. Lazio had a lot of attempts, you will tell me. Yes, but if you are looking at the dangerosity of their shots, they were absolutely not, except of that goal because of our own mistake. When you are looking at the attempts of Juve, much more dangerous, and I think that Provedel has been the best one of Lazio yesterday. Ragazzi, that was it for me. 18 minutes of video where we went from the Ultra, which I so happy about. And when I will go to the stadium for Juve Verona on the 28th or 29th of October, I don't remember, when I will be there, I hope that we continue to have the support of Ultra and the entire stadium, because that would mean that we would have been there against Lecce, against Torino for il Derby della Mole, and against Verona after the international break. We need it. We sincerely need it. We need the Ultra, we need the supporters, we need the club with these kinds of initiatives stronger together. We need the players, but we need also the people on social media. We're speaking about ourselves to show that we want to finish the season much better as the last one. Because as Dusan Vlahovic said in the beginning of the video, we have pending bills. We want to take revenge. We want to put Juventus again on top where it belongs. Ragazzi, grazie, maybe a second video later, otherwise we see each other on the channel of Romeo Agresti this evening, 11 PM Italian time. Grazie, forza, Juve.